Hey guys, welcome back to Country View Acres. So over the last couple months, I've been disking this small field in the back of our property, trying to get it ready to plant hay back there. So we have been working that field trying to get rid of the weeds. We've opted to disc several times rather than to spray the field to get rid of the weeds. Just trying that method out to see how well it works. Now, one thing, you're going to use a lot more diesel. You're going to put a lot more wear and tear on your tractor to do it this way. So it is going to take more time, more diesel fuel. So it is going to be more costly, actually, not to use chemicals on the field to spray it. So we've disked it now 4 times to try to get rid of the weeds. So we've disked it. We let it sit for a few weeks so that the weeds could come back and the weed seeds to germinate, and then we disked it again, and then we waited another couple weeks and allowed the field to the weeds to grow back again, and then we disked it 2 times this last week. We disked it 2 times fairly consecutively and got the field looking pretty good, where there was like almost no sign of any weeds left in the field. So I think it's almost ready to plant grass. I think I do want to disc it maybe one more time, just to kind of just make sure that we did get everything disked in pretty good. So as I've been disking the field, I've just been going full depth. I've been lifting the wheels up all the way, letting the discs go in completely. And the first time I did it, it was pulling pretty hard. Of course, it was the first time it had been plowed. It was basically sod. But what I found out is my front discs were digging in to the ground more than my rear discs. And I adjusted the tongue here. The tongue is adjustable, the angle of the tongue, and that helps level your disc. So after I've adjusted that, I've got it to where the rear and the front are digging in at about the same depth, and now it seems to be pulling a lot better. I'm actually able to go up 1 gear and be able to disc at a little bit faster pace than I was before. Now, one thing I will say is with the tractor, I've noticed this last time when I was going faster, that the front end seems pretty light. So it needs a little bit and probably some weight. That's pretty common when on a pulling tractor. You normally put weight on the front of the tractor. And you can buy weights that go on the front of the TYM bumper. But I think what I'm gonna do is next time I'll probably put the grapple onto the front end loader, and that'll add another 630, 650 pounds to the front of the tractor, and I think that'll help keep the front end from being so light as it's pulling this disc. So it did end up raining last night. I think we got a pretty decent amount of rain. It's nice and sunny right now, but the field is probably too wet for me to disc it again today, and I do want to disc it at least one more time before I fertilize. But I thought maybe we'd go back to the field since it's been a few days. It's got a little bit of rain on it. Just see how the field is looking after we've worked it this many times. So on the back of the disc, there's actually a drag harrow that smooths out the soil behind it. And the field doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit of ridges in it, but it's fairly flat. But what that drag harrow does is it ends up picking up all the weeds that got disced up, and it drags them along with it, it seems like. And then right here is where we lift our disc up to turn around, and you have all these weeds that end up collecting on the ground. And most of them are just sitting here on top, all dried out, but you can see there's actually a bunch of weeds in this area just sitting on top. But overall, in the main part of the field where the sun is shining, it actually looks fairly dry, and there doesn't seem to be any weeds growing in the main part of the field. But over on this side of the field, it's actually still wet because it's shady. It's a little bit of a different story. So this south side of the field, the soil is definitely somewhat wet in this side. And that has to do with the shade that's over here. So we've got trees on the south side. Combine that with the angle of the sun, it's getting lower as we're heading into fall. So these shadows are getting longer and covering up more area. And with this soil staying wet, the weeds haven't died off. They really need to be like out here in this other part of the field. They need to sit on some really dry soil so that they die off. And that's not what's happening here. I don't know if you'll see it on camera, but right here, there is a strip. It's probably about 3 feet wide, and I can see that there's just random weeds and grass growing all the way down. So there's definitely, this area needs to be disked at least one more time before we fertilize and plant our grass seed. So hopefully I'll get this done in the next day or two if it doesn't rain. And then probably the next video we will probably be showing how we're fertilizing the field, and we'll look more at our soil test for this field that we took earlier this year and see why we need to add the amendments that we need. I'm pretty sure we're definitely going to be adding at least two things. One's going to be lime, so that we can bring the pH of this field up closer to neutral, up closer to 6.5, 7 for grass. And then we're probably going to be adding a little bit of nitrogen to the soil to help that grass get a good start and hopefully get some decent growth before it hits winter time and it goes dormant. And but that'll be coming up probably in our next video. All right, it's September 1st, and I just got done picking the winners of the 75,000 subscriber giveaway, where we're giving away our engraved Leathermans with Country View Acres on it. So the first winners, I got 2 winners from Facebook, 3 from YouTube. So the first ones I picked was from Facebook, and the first winner is Richard Jett. And the second winner is a Richard also. It's Richard Jaquays, and I can about guarantee I'm probably not saying that correctly. But the random comment picker did allow me to click on their comments. It took me directly to their comments so that I could reply to both of them and let them know that they won the Leatherman. So all they have to do is send me a private message so that I can get their mailing address and I'll get it sent to them. So on YouTube, the first winner was Travis May. The second winner was Walter B. Lewis. And then the third winner is Blake O. And on YouTube, I was able to go to the comments from that video. I could search up these guys' names, and it would take me directly to their comments. So I was able to reply to their comments as well and let them know that they won the Leatherman as well. So hopefully you guys did get some kind of a notification or something and a reply to all of your comments letting you know that you won. So you guys can send me an email to Country View Acres Homestead at gmail.com, or you can send me a private message on Facebook and give me your name and address so I can get those shipped out to you. So congratulations to the 5 people that got the custom engraved Leathermans. I think that's a pretty neat little tool. I really enjoy having a Leatherman. I carry one on me every day. So I hope you guys like it. So thank you guys very much for subscribing to the channel and following along. And I think so far, I know I've been busy. I'm not posting a lot of videos right now. So I think so far I have worked 16. I think I've worked 16 nights in a row, so I'm about a third of the way through our maintenance period. So hopefully here in another month or so I'll get to posting more videos. But I am going to try my best to film the hayfield as we get that planted. I'm going to try to get that done and filmed while I'm still working this busy schedule. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. Congratulations to the winners, and thanks for watching.